In this video, we'll take a closer look at medieval castles during the Middle Ages, uncovering their architectural features and significance in society. Many people have misconceptions about what castles actually looked like, often picturing them as simple stone structures rather than the complex fortifications they were. Castles were often built with a combination of materials, including stone, wood, and earth, which made them extremely durable and hard to breach. The construction process would often take years, sometimes even decades, and required a vast amount of resources, labor, and skill. Despite their grandeur, castles were not just symbols of power and wealth, but also served as military strongholds, protecting the surrounding population from external threats. One of the most distinctive features of medieval castles is their imposing walls, often reinforced with towers, battlements, and gatehouses. These walls were designed to withstand sieges, keeping attackers at bay while protecting the castle's occupants. The walls themselves were often built with a combination of stone and earth, with the stone providing strength and the earth serving as a shock absorber. The towers, on the other hand, were used for surveillance, defense, and even as a symbol of power. Moats, often filled with water, were another key feature of medieval castles, serving as an additional layer of defense against invaders. These water-filled ditches surrounded the castle, making it difficult for attackers to approach the walls. Additionally, the moats were often lined with steep banks, making it hard for attackers to climb out. Some castles even had drawbridges, which allowed the castle's occupants to control who entered the castle. Despite their foreboding appearance, medieval castles were not just about warfare and defense. They were also designed to provide comfortable living quarters for the lord, his family, and their servants. The living quarters often included grand halls, private chambers, and even kitchens, which were equipped with the latest culinary technology of the time. The castle's design would often reflect the social hierarchy of the time, with the lord's quarters being the most luxurious and the servants' quarters being more modest. The design of medieval castles was constantly evolving, influenced by new technologies, military tactics, and societal changes. One major innovation was the introduction of concentric walls, which provided an additional layer of defense against invaders. Another important development was the use of machicolations, which were openings in the ceiling of the gatehouse that allowed defenders to drop objects or pour hot oil on attackers. The layout of a medieval castle was often determined by the terrain on which it was built. Castles built on top of hills or mountains had a natural advantage, as they could control the surrounding landscape. On the other hand, castles built in valleys or plains had to rely on their walls and other defensive features to protect them. The castle's design would also reflect the lord's status and power, with more powerful lords building more impressive and fortified castles. The construction of a medieval castle required an enormous amount of planning, resources, and labor. The lord would often employ skilled architects, engineers, and craftsmen to design and build the castle. The construction process would often involve the excavation of massive amounts of earth, the quarrying of stone, and the felling of trees for wood. The castle's design would also take into account the surrounding landscape, with the lord often building the castle near a source of water or a strategic trade route. One of the most impressive castles of the Middle Ages is the Malbork Castle in Poland, built by the Teutonic Knights in the 13th century. This castle is a masterpiece of medieval architecture, featuring an impressive brick-built structure with towers, battlements, and a grand hall. Another impressive castle is the Carcassonne Castle in France, built in the 12th century with a unique combination of Roman and medieval architectural styles. The Château de Chillon in Switzerland is another remarkable example of medieval castle architecture, featuring an impressive rectangular shape with towers and battlements. This castle has been continuously occupied since the 12th century, making it one of the most well-preserved medieval castles in Europe. The Angers Castle in France is another stunning example, featuring an impressive moat and a unique combination of medieval and Renaissance architectural styles. The Croix des Chevaliers in Syria is one of the most impressive Crusader castles, built in the 12th century with a unique combination of Roman and medieval architectural styles. This castle features an impressive rectangular shape with towers, battlements, and a grand hall. The Hohensalzburg Fortress in Austria is another impressive example, built in the 11th century with a unique combination of Romanesque and Gothic architectural styles. To wrap up, we will summarize how these majestic castles played a crucial role in medieval society and military strategy. Medieval castles were not just symbols of power and wealth but also served as military strongholds, protecting the surrounding population from external threats. They were also centers of administration, justice, and culture, playing a vital role in shaping the course of medieval history. If you enjoyed this journey through medieval architecture, be sure to check out our other videos on historical landmarks and subscribe for more fascinating content.